Hey guys, welcome back. And this is where I'm at with the, what year is this thing? Does it say what year it is? 1905. Oh, it says it right down the bottom. 1905 Panhard Tonneau. And pretty straightforward and simple. What I got so far is I did paint the chassis red. This is just going to be a shelf queen. This is no extra. I just wanted to have some fun. You'll notice the chassis kind of was, you see that red stripe. The bottom of the chassis is black, but my chassis is all red. So I had to glue all these little ear things on it right here. That's like where your running boards go. And then there's more that will go onto another part. So those will hold other fenders and stuff like that. So I was going to try and mix a color. If you'll notice on the car, it's got kind of like green fenders. Well, I didn't have a green like that, so I said, well, I'll just try and mix something. Well, it ended up, you can't just mix what you would think, obviously, like a little yellow or a little cream color and a little green. It don't make like a different color green that easy. Anyway, it just ended up being gray. But honestly, I thought, well, it's not that bad. And I think it'll be a good combination. The body is black. Just like this one. The body's black, but then it's going to have these gray color fenders. So I think that'll look good. The running boards are a brown color. And the wheels, I was attempting to make them look like wood. And it looks okay. I painted them with this yellow brown. Anyway, this color right here, LP76, and then I took and coated that over top with clear orange. I'd watched Clay Kemp do a video a long time ago. Well, probably a year or two back, and I don't know how old the video was, but Clay did like a wood grain on a dashboard, and I know he did incorporate some of those clears. So I put the clear orange over it. It looks like it's a varnished wood. I'm happy with it. So that's cool. On the little, if you remember when I opened this kit up, well, if you didn't see that video, you won't remember. These center caps go over right over the end of the wheel. And they're red in here, so I'm sticking with the box art, kind of. But these things were the center cap, the nut was not in the center at all, and they were much too big. That would be really the only bad thing I can say about this kit. Those things were like terribly too big and way out of round. So what I did, I just took and trimmed with my cutters. And that took some time to try and sand them down round. But I'd have to trim it to try and put them back in the center. And I succeeded. Looks like the one in the middle right there is off a little bit, but there's just nothing I could do. But those were a pain in the butt. They're so small. Now I'm trying to hold this thing, right? And sand it, make it round. Oh gosh, that was a pain. The roof, I don't know what the roof really would look like, but I used the MCW texture. Where is that stuff? Right here. No, is that where it's at? Yeah, right here. So this is black texture lacquer. I've used it on something else. There's another Model A. Oh, it was the Gandalf car, I believe, on the roof. Well, I don't remember. Anyway, you spray this stuff and it's black, but when it shoots out of the air gun, it makes this textured look. So, I mean, if you wanted to do like a vinyl top and didn't want to do the masking tape, which I know the masking tape leaves like the seams and stuff, but this stuff is really cool, and it just sprays out and it's rough. I don't know how it doesn't clog up the airbrush. I don't know how that works, but it doesn't. I didn't spray it right there in the middle because in the middle, I painted up the little luggage rack thing. Oops, sorry. Painted the little luggage rack a kind of a brown color. It's a mixture of this and I think I shot some lightly just misted this LP17 linoleum deck brown over top of it, just to give it a little bit of color. And it give it, when you hold the airbrush way back and you mist it, it gives it that effect of it's not smooth, right? Well, the object was for me not to make it, I didn't want it to be shiny, and I succeeded. So it's just a sort of a textured finish, much like I do on my seats. Not super textured, but flat. This is one of the seats. It's got some like bad holes in it in the back, but that's okay. But these I used, don't remember, what was it? Oh, that right there, LP, was that 18? And I just misted it on here. I didn't want to use the leather paint. I wanted to go and do something different. So, I mean, they were like leather seats, but they turned out pretty nice. I like the color, and when you mist it on there, this light is not good enough, but when you mist it on there, it gives it almost a suede effect, and it doesn't coat your seams really heavy. So you get that well, come on, you get that blackness still in the seams. But if you coated it on there, like just hosed it on there like you're painting a body or something, it's just going to cover the seat, and then you're not going to have that shadowing effect or whatever that you're going for. And that's what I was going for. It's got 3 seats. It's got a little sideways seat, and it's got, this is the, well, one of these is the back seat, one's front seat, one's a sideways seat. Let's see what else. The body, I just went ahead and glued the hood onto it, and I used Tamiya paint on it, except for the fenders. That was MCW, but this is just Tamiya, and it didn't turn out that great, but it's just an old car, right? Well, I mean, I want it to look like an old new car. It's got a scoop on the hood. Isn't that something? Now, the picture is not a good representation of the car, because if you, well, like the way the gear shifter and the horn and all that stuff looks, it looks different. That's a little more accurate, and you can notice there's that little scoop on the hood. I don't know why it's got a scoop, but I said on my earlier my video when I introduced this thing that it was the first car. I wonder if it was the first car with a sunroof, and then I'm wondering, is it the first car that had a hood scoop? But anyway, so it's just gonna, I'll do some detail painting on it. And the back half has these cool little curved windows that go in the corners. I had to do quite a bit of filing. They're laying right there, but they look so neat when they're in there. I had to do a bunch of filing on the glass and on the window frame to get them to fit, but this is going to be neat. And it just, I don't know why it's got windows. That's a really odd thing. Why does it have glass? It's completely open. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know why they did that, but they did that, and that's cool. And I'd love to see one of these in person. Love to sit in one of those plush seats just to see what that would feel like, and blow that horn. That would be fun. I have not done the, I love my little styrofoam. When I buy 3D printers, this is all around the printers, and I keep a big piece, and I can just cut off a piece, and you can just, like this is a piece of sprue, right? Just stick it in there. They make good parts holders, especially if you use toothpicks, anything, those alligator clip things. Here's the rear drive chains. You probably can't tell. I did paint the chains. Kind of a brass color. Can't hardly tell it with the, maybe you can see it right there. But I went ahead and assembled those, the front and rear suspension. I laid it on the chassis and went ahead and left those black, and went ahead and assembled those, glued them in place, and then once they were, you know, dry, I took them off of there so I could do some painting. So what I gotta do now is, you see the brass parts. So I've got to do that. Got to paint the brass parts. Here's the radiator. We call it a grill, but it's a radiator. That'll be brass along with those other parts there. So that's really the steering wheel. Oh gosh, and I'm gonna be lost these little bitty parts right here if I'm not careful. You'll lay your hand down, and my hands are always sweaty, and it will stick, and you'll be lost those things, Matthew. So that is it. And everything's going together good. I think it's cool. It's going to be a neat little shelf model, and I'll be proud of it. But that's just a quick update. And I've had to do some translating. Let's see. Because this is in French. And where was it at? It may have been, because I was trying to figure out which ones of these little doodads went where, and some of them are mistakenly similar, like this one and this one. And so I had to do some Google Translate to see what it said about it. And when I did that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because I can't read a darn thing on here. I mean, I can read like assembling engine hood. Hold on, that's English. Holy cow. What an idiot. It's got English. Are you kidding me? Why did I think this was in... And me and Chris Martin looked at one of these. We didn't even notice that. It has got English. And I'm the dummy I am. I'm sitting there with Google Translate on the French to try and figure out what it was saying. And it says it in English. Matthew, you're an idiot. Holy cow. How did I not see this? Look. Parts list. It's all in English. Are you kidding me? Chris Martin, why didn't we see that? Everything has an English. I can't believe it. This is so bizarre. And I wonder if any of you guys saw it. And I didn't. That is wild that I now just saw this. It even tells you about the darn car, and you can read it without having to do Google Translate. Wow. Holy cow. Oh well. Now that I'm almost done, that's good news. Oh well. I know for the next ones that I build that they need to, I mean, you don't need to Google Translate it. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, I looked at the instructions. Never saw English. You know, I didn't see it because I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't looking for it then. I was just going to show you guys that I could read French, and obviously it was spelled in English, so that's the only way I could. But anyway, funny. All right, so nothing, no problems. If you ever get one of these, put it together, man. It's neat, because the weird thing is, see those right there? You open every one of them. They've never been opened, except one. I think I did maybe take some parts out of a bag at one point and did a video on them years ago. But they're wonderful little model kits, and I can't wait to now build the one that's above it, the blue box, and then the ones on the very top up there, the little smaller box. Those are the earliest one. They were like at 1891, and that's an 1895. The blue one is, and then there's 1905. I'm doing it in reverse order. I should have started with the oldest and worked to the newest. But anyway, if you get one of these, yeah, build the thing. It's crazy. I've just never come across one that the bags were ever opened. Don't know what it is. I think it's just not a real appealing car to a lot of people. Not that the car's not appealing, but to build one of these, I think you got to be a special kind of person, kind of like me. Yeah. I am special. Promise you that. Ask my wife. But, and ask my mom too. She probably would tell you I'm special. But yeah, is it genre? Typically, the people that I know, it's not theirs. They're more into, 60s muscle cars and stuff like that, which I am too. I like that stuff. But I'm just fascinated with the old automobile. And that's where I'm at with this. Not a lot, but there's not a lot to it. So in the next video, this thing will be put together and we'll check it out. And I think it's going to be neat. So I got to figure out how to paint the brass. I got to go back and watch Hobby Dude, or give him a call, how he did some brass by using Alclad chrome and then coated over it with yellow, like clear yellow. And it looked really good. It looked very brassy. Because I do have brass. Matter of fact, I've got this AK brass. That, believe it or not, there's still a quarter of a bottle. This stuff is clogging the airbrush up. I don't know if something has coagulated in it, if that's the proper term for this stuff, but something has chunked. It has chunked up. It made, that's what surprises me about the MCW black texture, because it shoots through there. And I don't know if it's some kind of reaction that makes the little bubbles come up, or if it's actually gritty. But that AK paint right there has gone bad. And that's okay. I have another bottle, but I don't know what made it go bad. That's the thing. Is it just aged? Was it just, you can see. So if you see that inside there? Well, it just clogs the airbrush up. You can't shoot it through the airbrush. I even strained it. It still clogged the airbrush up. So something about it. I put some BBs in there to try and shake it up better, but it didn't work. So I have to open up the new bottle next time. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Do appreciate you. Just a little progress. Something that I haven't had in a long time. And just so you know, I haven't taken that off the table yet. I actually thought, you know, I'll get over and sand on it some more. So it'll probably sit right there and in the way until I just get so sick of seeing it, I'll just jump back on it and do something. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. mcbproducts.net. I do have some new stuff. Matter of fact, on the printers right now are my first print of valve stems. Got a valve stem set. There's got to be 100 on there. Got to be 100. They're so darn little. And it comes in this little square with the sides on it so they don't get broken off when you ship them. Anyway, they're valve stems. I have now an LSX. It's not on the website while I'm making this video, but however long it takes me to get this video up, it might be a LSX with Airbrush EFI, the turbo looking EFI intake manifold, and it's really neat. So that one got the Elephant engine on there, which you guys have already seen that probably. I have a new variation of the Ford Flathead. It's got Airbrush, let me say that right before I get corrected. Airbrush aluminum heads and a dual carburetor intake. I got a lot more stuff that it's in the works, but that's it. That's an update for MCB Products. Go check it out, mcbproducts.net. Do appreciate everybody who has gone over there and spent their hard-earned money over there. I do appreciate it. Thank you for supporting a small business and my family. I really appreciate that a lot. So we'll get back to this, have a video soon, and I appreciate you guys. Take care, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.